Good morning, everyone. My name is Joseph from the tribe of Joseph. I wish you a happy morning or afternoon or evening. Anyway, the topic I'm going to run by you today is the one I've been kind of running by for a while. Remember in the Garden of Eden where Satan says, Eve, you surely will not die, and the fruit is good, and blah, blah, blah. Basically, he is trying to get Eve to disobey Yahuwah, the Father, or God, and disobey his commandments. And so he talked her into eating the fruit and so on and so forth. Now we go to today. Well, my preacher says the law's been done away with. Well, Paul says the law's been done away with. Uh, Satan says the law's been done away with. You know, you don't have to keep the law. You don't have to obey Yahuwah, and it's like, wait a minute now. That's how they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, because they weren't following the instructions. So today, there was more lawlessness in LA, anarchy, okay, without law, okay. We're going to go to Revelations, and there's going to be a great white throne judgment day. And Yahuwah the Father is going to be on the throne, and the Messiah is going to be our advocate. All right? Now, what are they judging against? Oh, were you a good person? Oh, well, did you sin? Did you... Wait, no. He's going to judge you by his commandments, okay? And I can tell you right now, every person that goes to church on Sunday is breaking the fourth commandment. Bottom line, they broke a commandment right there, fourth commandment. And because most Christians will say, oh, well, the 10 commandments are good, but they break the fourth commandment every week. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is we are going to be judged. And one of the things I was going to mention is when people say, well, you can't keep all of the Torah and blah, blah, blah. Well, the Father says, and the Messiah says, it's not burdensome. It's not hard to keep. And in the book of Hebrews, it tells you three things that were fulfilled by the Messiah. The sacrifices, because he was a sacrificial lamb that took away the sins of the world. So there are no more sacrifices at all. So every sacrifice or whatever in the Torah or the Tanakh has been fulfilled. No more sacrifices. And then the next thing in the book of Hebrews, it says, he is the high priest. So all of the priestly laws that are in the Torah have been completely fulfilled. He is the high priest. He is our high priest. He dwells within us. He lives within us, and he teaches us his Torah. Okay, and then the last one in the book of Hebrews is the temple. All the temple laws have been completely fulfilled because he dwells within our heart. He doesn't dwell within a temple anymore, and he has made it fully capable of us coming to him straightforward. The other day I saw a sign at a church, and it says, we worship Jesus. I hope not, because Yahushua or Jesus says, no, don't worship me. You worship the Father and the Father alone. So that kind of bothered me, that little sign. But anyway, let's get back to topic. So there's three things: no sacrifices, no priest laws, and no temple laws. And then, if you're male, the female laws don't apply to you. And if you're a female, the male laws don't apply to you. So everything you have to take in context. Well, they say, well, there's 613 laws. Well, I counted them, and there's not. That's just the Jewish thing, but anyway, I hope that this helps someone because we are going to, and again, when you go to the judge and say, well, Paul said, or my preacher said, Yahushua's going to say, no, that don't work. And here's the crazy part. The Messiah kept all of the Torah. Paul kept all of the Torah. Every apostle kept all of the Torah, to include all of the feasts. Now, when you're telling me that you don't have to, I would tell you that who is Paul to go against the creator of the universe? No, it doesn't work. Because he kept all the commandments. He kept all the feasts. And he tells you he does. He went to the synagogue every Sabbath, just like the Messiah did. Okay? And it wasn't Sunday. And it wasn't Saturday. Well, that's beside the point. The book of Hebrews will tell you what's been fulfilled. But in Matthew chapter 5, it says, if your righteousness doesn't exceed the Sadducees and the Pharisees, you're not going to make it. And anyone teaches you to break one of the least of the commandments will be the least in the kingdom of Yahuwah. So if you want everlasting life, and I'm telling you this because I love you, okay? I want you to make it. I want you, and believe me, it's not difficult. Yes, the churches aren't going to like you if you actually start doing what the Bible says, because the churches threw me out because I follow the Bible. And here's the crazy part. I don't care what translations you got. You follow the Bible, okay? You have the same Bible I do. Doesn't matter the translation. Some are better and some are worse. But the bottom line is there is everlasting life in the book, in the cover. And when I was a preacher, I guess I still am, I don't know. But anyway, you can't become an unpreacher because I was ordained by Yahuwah. I wasn't ordained by the world. Even though I was licensed and ordained in 3 different religions, it's inconsequential because what's important is what the Father says. Anyway, when you start doing what the Bible says, it sets you apart. That's what Kodesh, or holy, means. You're different than the rest of the world, and the rest of the world don't like you. And so that's why many are called, but very few are chosen. Only 2 made it to the promised land, and only 8 got on the ark. So few means not millions and millions and millions. All right, I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful day. May Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and give you his shalom out here.